Alright guys, so we're going to do my second impression of One Night in Karazhan, because the sound crashed when I did my first impression, but I still want to do content on this, and still something for me to talk about. So first off, we're just going to go through all the missions real quick. Alright, so we have this it's pretty funny. We have this pre-built deck here, where Medivh is running into this demon in his ballroom that he has to clear out, and you play as Medivh, and you're basically just like this supercharged mage. Like, you have some absurd cards, and we're gonna see them. It's a lot of fun. In exchange, of course, you're playing a demon. So he has really powerful cards, like draw 3 cards, gain 6 armor, and summons like Draxus. I honestly don't remember this guy. They all blurred together for me, the big demons. So they're not called Pit Lords, they're like Eldritch. Someone correct me in the comments. So, Burn's really good, Arcane Explosion's really good, but you mostly want the gain 5 mana card off the bat, because your hero power is just draw 3 cards.
You did not invite me.
Because if you can gain 5 mana, then it's pretty amazing. You just draw 3 cards off the bat, you usually draw into another card. You have ways to add really good cards to your deck. And things like Mysterious Rune. It's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. So yeah, like Warlock-esque, but super Warlock, 60 health. It's alright for you to take damage. There's a bunch of heal in this deck. It's more important to draw 3 cards here than it is for me to summon a legendary minion. Never underestimate how ridiculously powerful drawing 3 cards is in any card game. This looks pretty bad, right? Like, oh man, I'm about to take a lot of damage. But hold that thought. I'm sure that in the next turn or 2 turns, we're going to draw into some awesome stuff. Okay, that's a nice start to the puzzle. So we got 3, 6, 9, so we burn a card. So we're going to go up to 8 mana off the bat. Still would burn a card, so we'll just use 1 mana, summon a legendary minion. It's pretty good. No big deal. Okay. So now you can see some of the goofiness here. So I want to clear the board. And I could do that for 4 mana, actually. But I could also throw out this guy and start adding cards. Yeah, I want to add cards. So let's... do that. Arcane Power. Arcane Explosion. Hey, he didn't have a demon in his hand. We'll just get 5 secrets, because you know, why not? I could shoot him 8 times if I wanted to, but honestly, you can get even crazier bursts than that, so... You know what? That's good enough.
Barnes is
I didn't even look. What kind of crazy secrets do we get? I mean, they're all just basic secrets, but it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yep, so that I can draw more cards. Because again, like, so ridiculous. Is this a good use of a polymorph? I think so. I think that's a good use of the polymorph. Might as well gain a little bit of armor. And yeah, that's basically all I can do.
Have you looked outside, sir? There are raid bosses scrambling.
I really enjoy this one. First time I played through, I just was so astonished with each of these cards. You could be there, but all it would be is me reacting and not hearing anything. So, ooh, maybe not the best use of a polymorph right there. The only shitty thing about these is that it fills up my hand. Because, yeah, this is... Yeah, I want to draw cards.
You command.
Burn a card this way, but is it worth it? Ugh. Probably not, honestly. Alright, we'll just throw away the Arcane Blast. Nothing too great, but we got a board clear next turn.
Balloons! Morose, we forgot the balloons! Sir, balloons terrify Murlocs. Remember last week?
Oh. They terrify Murlocs, you fool. Kind of a nice map, too. I like it. Goofy. Aww. That was rude. Oh, this kind of sucks. Could still clear with 3 cards. And he only has 2 cards in hand, but there are a lot of draw mechanics. Or I can just freeze this one. Ugh. Yeah, we'll fireball this guy. We're gonna throw that out. I don't think he did that. You hit me for 16 in the face, right? Like that's what you do.
And he didn't torch the library.
I don't know. I mean, these computers play so badly. I just don't know what it's gonna do here. Oh shit. I probably would have hit for 16, but I guess 3 secrets are up, so guaranteed value. Smart AI. Okay, so we just want to draw more. 3, 6, 9, so... Okay. Works out pretty well. There we go. First game didn't take this long, honestly. I'm not drawing the insane combos that I was. Okay, so we'll just... Whoop. lose one secret. Still pretty good though. And I'm not going to be proccing Ike's block anytime soon anyway. Ouch. Thank you. I can flame strike this board. Okay. Let's get goofy. Three, 6, 7, 8. Clear. Draw. That's what I was looking for. It's Freeze Mage. It's what everyone I know wants Freeze Mage to be.
Back to your home, demon.
I love that. As somebody who plays Freeze Mage, that is a wonderful feeling. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, so we just saw Medivh get sucked into this portal.
The tower is out of control.
Yeah? It's out of control. There's a Silverware Golem. When your utensils are getting so riled up that they become a golem, you know... Ooh, actually. Alright, we're doing this with Milrogue. That's my fault. I'm trying to tell a funny story here. Now we're playing a Silverware Golem with Milrogue. This just isn't gonna go well. See if we can make it work, though. There's no way. This guy spawns plates too. He's really dumb. There's no way. No way I can beat this. Yeah, this is gonna be bad. Alright. Okay, King Moonpa. So, it's a good start.
The Silverware is working together. We'll surround it.
Alright, alright. Start clearing away some plates. And we're going to mill this guy. Ooh, that is a card I need to save until things get really dire. It'll probably be tempting to use it here, but I can't use it here. Oh. Okay. Moonpa on an empty board on turn 3 is actually pretty awesome. It's just actually like a really good tempo play. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Oh, awesome. Okay guys, we're gonna win this with Milrogue, but we're not gonna mill him, but we're going to tempo him out. Because he is so bad. Okay. This is actually becoming a real possibility, and that is hilarious to me. This is why you always see it through, even when it looks impossible. Sometimes the RNG gods will just reward you. Should have drawn before I played Brian. health is far less valuable in this circumstance, than, especially because I'm about to heal a whole bunch. Yeah, that's actually like the best reason that doesn't matter. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay. I'm not shadow stepping anything to help that. Huh. Trail Eviscerate? It's like a huge waste of resources. Let's see here. How far off are we? We got 8, 10, and then the 2 abysses for 18, so we're 1 off lethal. Oh wait. 11. Oh, no, we have lethal. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Alright. So no milling happened with this mill rogue deck, but that's some smashed plates. Normal missions are pretty easy.
Medivh enchanted the mirror to complement
Okay,
our
so what do we got
guests,
up next
but
here?
without
We got the
him,
magic mirror.
well, you'll see.
The mirror is acting up. Why are we dealing with the mirror right now? Like I'm not saying it's not an issue. I just right now, can't we just go get Medivh? We gotta deal with the mirror. Yeah, we're just gonna play Zoo. Zoo's nice and fun. I can banter while I play Zoo a lot easier than Control Warrior. Although, oh, it's habit. You should play well no matter what, but obviously it doesn't matter too much.
The magic mirror!
Your soul shall be mine.
Reminds me of Rick. I want 1-drop. Hey. Hey. This card's gonna be broken good here. Because the effect is to create a 1/1 copy of anything you play. Yeah, I do. Okay. That's okay by me. This card kind of sucks in this, but yeah. Sure, it'll be fun. Probably. Okay.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Tap first.
Fight, maggot.
Okay.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Ah, sack.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh, good old Zoo. It's turn 3. Supercharged Zoo. Aww. Gotta be mean to the Jeeves-esque character.
My seal for Argon! My seal for Argon!
Sever my wrath.
Huh. That's a cool ordering. So it summons the 1/1 before Battle Cry's trigger, apparently. I don't think that's going to be too relevant, but I don't know, keep it in mind. Maybe in the heroic version that'll matter more. Anyway. Good game! Yay! It's a fun matchup. I don't know, you could do stuff with Warwalker Cho.
Are just up ahead.
Something you can play around with there. I don't know. This was nice. Anyway, Those were the two build a
Lift the
decks.
chess pieces out
And
again.
up last we have
This
chess.
might get tricky.
I really enjoy this one. This one's a lot of fun. Actually, immediately after this, went and played the heroic, and then the sound crashed. I would have had that footage too, but yeah, we'll take you guys through the basics of how this works. Really nice inclusion. I would get at least this wing just for this. I think it's cool. So you have your pawns, and they deal 1 damage to the enemy opposite this minion. So let's see how that works out. Oh, it gives you a little tutorial too. I don't know if it'll give it since I played it already.
Pieces will attack automatically at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
If a piece is between 2 enemies, it will strike them both.
So here, I could play a pawn, but it would deal equivalent damage as playing nothing. And he's going to play something next turn for sure, because he's an idiot. So, I'm just going to play nothing, and it'll deal 2 damage. So instead I get to draw an extra card. I have all of these, but I think I'll take another rook. So yeah. Ba-boom. Aww. Unless he does that.
Proper
That just
position
kinda
is
sucks,
key
but
to victory.
meh.
Get those double attacks.
So, we're just gonna hope he doesn't blow up our piece again here. Yeah! And he sucks at positioning. Because health damage is really irrelevant in this. I risk having a rook blown up if I don't play this, versus doing... Yeah, I'd rather deal less damage and not have my rook explode. Okay, so it would have been the right call not to, but... C'est la vie. If I push like that... I don't kill anybody, but I heal my 2 guys. Where's the fade? Well, I get to draw. Take the white knight, because we don't have it. I still kill nothing, but I put up a pretty strong aggressive front. Especially against that. Bishop. Oh, right, I do kill one thing. Yeah, not enough mana to combo me.
The other guests are lining up outside. We're nearly to the opera, but we need to hurry.
Yeah. So like that, it gets hit twice. Yeah, I want it on this side. Ooh, a pawn. Here, that doesn't die, but having the pawn there is pretty important. It means I don't kill that, but I still kill these 2. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'd prefer to kill something extra. It means he gets to kill something with the horse. The horse trades, the horse takes damage. Okay, so if I were to play that and deal 4 damage, that kills everything except for a 1/6. Yep, that's what we're doing. Draw a card, but it doesn't matter because whatever we draw, we're not going to play. He's probably going to blow up a card here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we can play heal. Yep. Yep. We'll just kill that.
Checkmate.
So yeah, you put your pawns on the far left so they die. So that can die. Deal 2 there, 2 there.
Marvelous.
I think I actually just...
Marvelous.
That kills the 2. And then I'll draw a card here. Take the pawn. Yeah, that sucks, but that's okay. We have cards for days.
Checkmate.
En passant. En passant.
Nah, we'll just leave it like that. You can see how being at 10 health really doesn't matter a whole lot.
Checkmate.
En passant. En passant.
There we are. Clearing out his board a bit. Double queen. No big deal though.
En passant.
That kills his whole board. That's kind of crazy. So let's just, yeah, kill his whole board.
Checkmate.
He draws literally the best card, but I have 2 queens center here, so I can just keep killing whatever he plays. Right, because it gets to swim. Yeah, still fun.
Marvelous.
En passant.
Oh yeah. I really think you could take this game to another level with positioning, like having this here on the left so that it can be healing without getting hit. Just all kinds of little things about this strategy game. It's neat. I still have trouble getting my head around it, that's why I'm not talking too much. Anyway, though, that's lethal. Really cool game. Really recommend it. So yeah, that was the first wing of One Night in Karazhan. So let's take a look at all the cards we got. Oh, actually, I'm lying to you. There is more. Hold on. The 2 class cards. I'm gonna throw these into a separate video because I can see my runtime here. I'm getting a little long. But yeah, we'll play through these later. So let's take a look at all the cards we unlocked to start with, since I couldn't show you as we were unlocking them. Alright, so first off, it's Moros, just because he's the legendary. Ugh, he's terrible. I don't know where you'd use him. Maybe he'll have a place somewhere. I hope he does. I can't think of one off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't... Like, infinite value, sort of, until anyone ever uses a board clear, but it requires a board clear to get rid of them, so if you throw them in control, like, it's a really weird card, and I'm a little reluctant to write it off, but it's gotta sit for, like, 3 turns before it equates to its value, sort of. So you really want it to be there for 4 or 5 turns plus, which... I just don't see that happening. Like, I hope it does, because I think it's a cool concept, but if it were 2 mana instead of 3, then yeah, you'd see play. But that would make Zoo too strong. You could throw this in Zoo, but like he only has 1 health. If you had a little more health, maybe, but a Whirlwind kills this guy. So yeah, I don't think you'll see him. I also don't think you're going to see the Arcane Anomaly. That card just seems like garbage to me. Just, what? That's the voice I use. What? Doesn't seem playable. Some sort of miracle rogue, but like, oh yeah, I have a 2/6. So what? So yeah, I don't think that's gonna see any play. Maybe in Priest. Don't think so. Maybe you could. Priest is the only place you could play it. I don't know if you should, but you could. Best card here, because this card also pretty meh. You're getting a 3/7, but it's a 0/5, and a 3/6's stat line so good because it can trade multiple times, and a 3/7 stat line with only being able to attack once actually isn't as good as you might think it is on pen and paper. Because a Water Elemental is really good because it can kill like 2/3 3-drops, which is awesome. Or 2-drops. This Pantry Spider is going to be awesome because it does spawn a 1/3 spider that is also a beast. So it's a beast that spawns a beast. It's a lot like Infected Wolf, but it's cheaper, and that's great. You have a way better curve for those Ram Wrangler decks now, and that's going to have a really big impact on the meta, I think, and just make Mid-Range Hunter a lot more viable. Because Mid-Range Hunter had been struggling against the aggro decks, in my opinion. And yeah, this guy's going to help a lot with that. That is a great turn 3 play for any Hunter deck nowadays. Because Face Hunter is gone. And then we got some class cards also, as we were going through those missions. We get Protect the King, which I could see being a one-of in some control decks. It also really encourages Bolster again, but eh. The way I see it, your opponent has to have at least 3 minions for this to be good. And in that case, you don't want them to be 3 big minions, so situationally it's pretty decent against Zoo, Face Shaman, just those decks you need to slow down, where if you can gain more mana, then you can deal with them. Other than that, though, I'm really hung up on Protect the King. I'm sure it's going to see play. People are going to experiment with it. I don't think it's a great card, but I'm not sure if it's a good card or not. or if it's just bad. I'm going to play around with it in the coming weeks, see what I can figure out about it, but for now, a little up in the air. The Silverware Golem. This card's cool, but also misleading. Because, yes, if you discard this card and then you summon it, that's awesome. That's a fantastic value play. But the issue is you're not really going to be able to get out this card consistently. It's too niche, and a lot of the discard mechanics for Warlock aren't very good. Like Soulfire and Doomguard see play. Soulfire not so much now that it costs 1 mana, but it still sees some play. But beyond that, you don't want to be playing Succubus. You don't want to be playing that discard a card, draw a card. Like it's random, and it's really random when you have up to 10 cards in your hand. And of course, the whole idea of these decks is to whittle your hand down, and then yeah, you discard 2 Silverware Golems with a Doomguard on turn 5, and it's crazy, and you just win the game. Or you get brawled, and then you don't win the game anyway. But I'm not sure if it's actually going to be doable. It'll take time. There's going to be decks around it. I don't think it's going to replace Zoo. I don't think it has a place in Zoo. It's its own deck, for sure. And whether that deck's good or not, we'll have to wait and see. But my gut tells me it's not going to be that good. And that's a bit disappointing, but also a good thing, because that's going to be an insane aggro deck. Alright, so this is the card you get for doing the... You know what, we'll talk about this now, because we might as well just go through everything we got, including class cards. So, you get this for doing the class-specific quest, and it is an amazing board clear. You, deal 1 damage to all enemy minions, and then summon a random 1-cost minion. So it's a better version of Whirlwind. Yeah, it costs 2 mana instead of 1 mana, but you get the 1-cost minion, and you don't deal damage to your own minions, which for Shaman is definitely preferable. It's not like Warrior where you're trying to proc your own stuff. So, really good card. Gives them something other than Lightning Storm, and still keeps Shaman... Well, now actually they have their 3 levels of board clears, but makes Shaman unique still. It's something different, really strong, probably the best card that came out this week. This, the Spider, and one other card will be coming up on just a minute. Deadly Fork. Oh my god, that's terrible. Don't play this card. Never play this card. I don't know why you'd play this card. Maybe a crazy weapon deck with deadly poisons and Wild, but unless you're playing Wild where there's still oil. Yeah, no, just don't play this card. This is a card that might see some play. The 3/6 stat line is really nice. Their restore 3 health to your hero is pretty meh. But it's being a 3/6 for 4 mana that is pre-specific, that is probably why it'll see play. It's nothing amazing. It provides some extra heal, which Priest kind of needs against aggro, I guess, because it's a tempo way to heal, and that's really important for Priest, because Priest doesn't really have tempo ways to heal. They have long, drawn-out ways to heal, but far less important. So, I think it'll see play. I think it's better than people think it is, because the fact that you're just gaining 3 health off of something you want to do anyways, like Shadow Word Pain, Death, whatever, Thought Steal, whatever you're doing, the ability to just gain health additionally is really helpful, especially in the aggro matchups where, you just don't have time to commit resources and mana to healing your face, because then you fall too far behind on tempo. So that's where I think its place is. Ivory Knight, a lot of people are excited about, and I see the value, but I think the RNG is just going to screw people over, and I don't think, there's a lot of bad Paladin spells that you just don't want. There's a lot of 1-cost Paladin spells because of all their secrets. I don't think Ivory Knight is actually as good as people say it is, and I think people are going to play around with it and then be disappointed and just throw it away. That's my opinion of this card. We'll see if I'm proven wrong. Now this is the other really good card. Yeah, Firelands Portal. As a Freeze Mage player, which I've mentioned multiple times, pretty excited about this card. It's pretty ridiculous. Deal 5 damage to anything, so you can hit face and summon a random 5-cost minion. That is huge. It's actually kind of absurd, because you're paying basically 3 mana more than a fireball to summon a 5-cost minion, and you lose 1 damage, and that's it. So it's 3 mana for a 5-cost minion. It's random. So, really good. Really, really good card. I think it'll see a lot of one-of plays, because it is so expensive you can't really fit 2 of them in your deck. But I think it has a place, especially in the control versus control matchup, and I think it'll push Mage to a stronger control game. This card is silly. This is absolutely ridiculous. This might actually bring in some sort of crazy aggro hunter again. And that sucks, because, yeah, Cloaked Huntress, oh god, that is going to be frustrating as all hell. I am sure. 3/4 stat line, too. Like, this card is absurd. It's a 3 mana 3/4 with a ridiculously broken effect. So, yeah, where you might see some really silly hunter decks coming out. They're going to be gimmicky as all hell, and Eater of Secrets will just wreck them, but we'll see. I don't like this card. I think it's a bad design. Yeah, it encourages silly decks in a way, and it encourages really aggressive decks, and when you lose to it, it's going to feel unfair, and when you win against it, it's going to feel like, well, yeah, you just didn't draw. So, no, I don't like it. Last up, 2/2 1 cost. That is absurd also, because it's a beast and has so much synergy with Druid. Pretty good amount of power creep in this. Really good set of cards. And yeah, that was everything. That was the first wing of One Night in Karazhan, and I'm going to go through the heroics and the class missions in another video that I'll put up a little later this week. And yeah, alright, see you guys. So I just got through the new Hearthstone Adventures first wing, and I gotta say, it's pretty damn cool. I was completely new to it, he knows nothing about it. It is the coolest thing. You start off, and it's just, you're going to this party, right? And it's, Medivh is having a party, and none of that matters. Like, lore-wise, it doesn't make any sense, but...
Okay, but it brings him up.
Yeah, it brings him up. You play as him for the first time, and then he gets sucked into a portal, and you're off on this wild chase to catch him and save the party. Because without Medivh, no one's going to get along, and it's going to be a disaster. And you have this little Jeeves character following you around, who's just a butler telling you...
Jeeves?
Yes.
What'd you ask him?
Yeah, he just tells you, like, that was a classic plate you just broke there. Because you fight a plate monster, and he's like, that one was an antique.
Oh, no.
Because he's just trying to keep everything together as it's falling apart pretty rapidly.
Talk about a bad night in Karazhan.
Yeah.
Oh no. What are we gonna do? We gotta get Medivh back. So like, what is this? What is this entire thing about? So you're playing, what, against a plate with your deck?
Well, 2 of the missions out of 4 so far had pre-made decks for you.
Okay.
One of them you played as Medivh, and you had supercharged cards that were really fun to play with. You're like the most powerful mage in existence. And then you played against a demon. A lot of fun. He had just a really aggressive deck. A lot of cards we've seen in brawls and stuff before. The other one that you played at the end of this wing was a chess game, and that was really cool. You ended up playing... You could play pawns, knights, rooks, and queens, and they could only attack automatically at the end of the turn. And it just completely changed the way the game worked, and was this, like, a completely new game just to have.
Neat. So, would you call these separate leagues of play or mini games?
They're definitely mini games. Like, you're not going to get better playing these. The decks are all ridiculous. Everything has a mechanic to it. Even the ones where you got to build your own deck. One of them would replicate anything you played, and the other one just would spawn these plate monsters and had all of these special plate cards that would have 1 health. So you built a completely new deck to play against it, and it was a lot of fun, though.
Are there any cards that are Karazhan only that you maybe want to see rotated into major play?
Well, this set will immediately be added to standard. So yeah, it's already in standard.
Oh, it's like a teaser. A teaser for a new set?
Well, actually, it's different because these cards you can only ever get through the adventure. You get adventures and you get sets.
Okay.
So you get about 25 to... Oh, let me think here. So you get 2, 4, 6, and the legendary. But I guess that's 1. So 4, 8, 12. Yeah, you get around 20 odd cards from this adventure at the end of it.
Oh.
And 4 of those are going to be legendary cards.
Yeah.
And you also get 2 class cards for each class. So, actually, no, it's closer to about 30.
And they've rethought their game to be a chess variant and all sorts of other things you're telling me.
Yeah, it's got a $20 price tag, but I mean,
yeah, but for
equivalent to a starter deck in Magic the Gathering,
yeah,
it's worth the money.
Well, Magic, they have these from the vault releases that are 20 cards to get into, but it doesn't come with a reimagining of the game. And there's Hearthstone again, one-upping every other card game because it's a digital format, so it can have a stupid copycat deck or up things for chess.
There's a new board too that you get with this. It's gonna be everyone gets the new board, so that's not exclusive, but you get to see it first in one night, and it's pretty cool. Like it just has some extra books around there. There's some glass stuff, new things to play with, because the whole environment's interactive. Like you can click on things and they react.
Okay.
Just another nice little thing added to the game. I don't know how you could be unhappy with this. Unless you're Priest. I've heard a couple people that are a little upset with the Priest cards. But even so, Priest got one good card. Goodish.
Well, after all that, do you have a question for the millions at home?
Just, what did you guys think? Which one was your favorite? Was it the Plate Monster? Was it the Mirror? Was it Chess or the Demon? Because I enjoyed all of them, and honestly, I haven't decided for myself yet. So post in the comments below. What did you think? And I actually have a question as well, because thinking on this topic, I'm brought back to a game that's currently dead, Legend of the Five Rings. They would reimagine their game as a board game all the time with playable cards. They would send out like love letter variants or, different mini games that you could play with legal cards or just characters from the universe. They're kind of the go-to and the only that I really know tried their asses off to try to push this thing, but it just seems like it saves so much product, so much cardboard mass if you just did it online. And God, do you guys, the millions of you at home, know of any other? Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh tried to do more with their chess card. I can't even finish it. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh would never. Maybe Pokemon got a little bit ambitious. I know Magic always tries something. Let us know in the comments below as well. You want to sing us out? No, I think you covered it right there. See you guys.
See ya.